$100,000 in their accounts. I'm saying this not to depress you. I'm telling you this because there's an opportunity, especially when the economy's bad, folks, especially when the economy is bad, is when an opportunity like what we have today starts attracting everybody. I was on the phone with one of our reps, um, that I don't know if she's on here right now, but Daniela, my daughter, recruited her. Her name's April Almonte, and because of the trading right now, she has 7 guests that are coming to one of our trading events. She's already built a little network, but with this, I mean, boom, 7 people are coming because they saw her post about learning how to trade. That's the type of power that we have with the education. On top of that, it's international. So it opens up all of these doors. The scanner that we have across all asset classes or Forex specific, that's an incredible tool that we have. So the timing for what we have right now is crucial that you understand what you have in front of you. What you have in your hands is huge. On top of that, having the full automation, which is really the purpose of our call here today, the timing couldn't be better. The quality couldn't be better. The compliance couldn't be better. So we have all of these things that are working towards us, but we need to understand, and I know you heard it before, and you need to realize that when something this big comes along, it doesn't come with a few challenges. That's just part of the game. I've been in software development, folks, for many years, and I'll tell you, I have. Right now, my wife and I have a neobank that we're releasing, and it's taken since 2018 approximately to get it to the point where we're gonna be able to go international. And you know how many updates, how many changes, how many things have happened to get it to the point where now it can go to the masses? Well, just to give you an idea, I have personally seen the creator of Omni spend the last 4 years of his life to get us to where we are today. And whatever your perception or whatever your experience, not perception, whatever your experience has been up until this point, I can tell you this: if you're in the US, you still haven't experienced the fullness of the extent of the power of this application. And I'm not trying to get people excited or motivated or inspired. That's not my intention. I really need for you to understand that the fullness of what we have has yet to be revealed to you as something experiential here in the US. And so I want to show you the power of what we have because it's pretty astounding. Okay, so my day started today with with 3 presentations back to back to back from one of our leaders, one of our VPs for international, which is Esther Padilla. If you were on the corporate call last week, you saw it, right? And you met her. Well, this is what her first day, not this particular strategy. Let me see. Whoops. Let me pick another strategy because this is the one I was looking to pick, which is DSA. So we're going to look at the recent. We'll give it a minute here or so you guys can see. Yes. Now, Stephen, yes, you are correct, but this is a strategy that is available for the US. So this strategy um, did today, folks, 37 pips. Now, if you look at this, look at the wins. Okay. So if you did not experience this today, remember that we have a full blown update that was going to be released over the weekend. There was some more work that needed to be on, so there was a delay in that. So if you have not experienced this, you need to understand that this is a type of experience that you're going to have. Now, are there going to be losing trades? Absolutely. Are there going to be losing days? Absolutely. Are there going to be losing weeks? Absolutely. But for the most part, folks, the strategies that we're bringing on board, okay, happen to have at least a year and a half to 2 years, and even a little bit more over the 2 years, that doesn't have a losing month. Now, is that a guarantee? Absolutely not. We're just telling you what the statistics have shown, and what what the track record has shown. So now, waking up to, let me change strategies here. We're going to go to Alpha Trader, okay? And in Alpha Trader, give it a couple of seconds here. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Here we go. So once again, DSA was 100%. Alpha Trader was 100%. Now, this is an anomaly, folks. There's going to be losing trades. So I don't want anybody to think in their minds that, oh my God, this is 100% all the time. It is not. Okay. But what I am here to tell you is that this was a great start, a fantastic start for somebody that today had three people in front of them that are one of those people.
Are you on both things?
Yes.
Okay, one of them is doing an echo because the volume's on that one.
Um,
Mute the one of them. Mute this one.
which one?
Anyone, this one or that one, because you're on both anyway.
Right.
Just mute.
It's kind of hard. Let's see.
We can't hear you.
No, 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 no.
Nope.
Unmute the laptop.
Okay, and now mute that one.
I can't.
What do you mean you
Take
can't?
it off speaker.
It is off speaker.
Disconnect the audio.
I don't hear echo though.
It was a small one.
Yeah, it's I think it's
You're
for
you're
everybody
good now.
here.
You're good now.
It's fine.
You're good,
Yeah,
you're good,
exactly.
you're
Yeah,
good.
Okay. All right. So when you look at these numbers, right, I want you to see that this is not just an anomaly, okay? It is that it's 100% on both of them on the same day. But if we look at last week, Alpha Trader did 87%. Now, Alpha Trader is right now available for the international market. Okay. And that's why I'm saying, if you have not experienced yet the full potential of Omni, it's just because we live in the United States. But we are getting there so that you can experience the type of trading that's happening on the international side. So when you have another week here of solid trading with 673 pips one, with minus 100, 573, I know where Alpha Trader comes from. This strategy right here is being sold for $12,500 a month, guys. This is how much people are paying for the strategy. So this is something that is absolutely off the charts. No losing months over the last 2 to 2.5 years with this particular strategy. So there's about three of them that are coming to the international market. This one's already available. DSA is already available. DSA has been adapted for the US market specifically. So right now, one of the things that I want to address is when you're look, let me what happened here? Okay, there we go. So what I want to address is that when I saw some of the comments today, I don't know how many they were, and I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I am going to speak. I'm going to say this: some of them were setup issues. If you didn't see a trade come in, it was because, in some occasions, the minimum amount that account needed to have wouldn't trigger a trade because the funding wasn't there. That particular broker might have had a limit or a minimum of how much money needed to be on in the account in order to engage. In other cases, the setup was incorrect in terms of which strategy from the US or from the international side was being connected, and so no trades were going to be taken if you were on the wrong account. And so those are the little things that are happening right now for the most part. Now, are there some issues? Are there some things that need to be adjusted? Of course. We announced that there was going to be a major update. But what I wanted to show you is that right now on the international side, guys, this thing is working like clockwork. It is fantastic. And that is the experience that you in the US are going to be receiving. And so that being said, guys, we have an amazing product right here with Omni. If you're on the Apex package, which allows up to 7 strategies, what does that mean? Doesn't mean that you're going to immediately see 7 strategies for you to pick from. It means that as we add more and more and more strategies that are specific to the US, you're going to have up to 7, which means that at some point we're going to have 10, 15, 20, or we're going to have 10, 15 different traders that are going to be connected, right? Because it's either going to be an algo or it's going to be a trader. And so, whatever that case may be, you are going to have up to 7 strategies. You may not see them right now. Maybe you see 2, maybe you see 3 that are back there right now for the US, not back there, but on your app. But those are going to keep being added to, and you're going to have up to 7 where you can pick and choose, right? You're going to be able to see, well, this one, what's the performance of this one? What's the risk on this one? What's the minimum account size that I need to have to trade this one? And you're going to be able to choose that based on the type of information that I have for you right now. So if we go back, because I forgot to show you this, but if we went back and we looked at DSA, okay, we're going to look at DSA again, and we're going to look at that recent. We're going to give it a minute. And we look at the trades. It did those 37 pips. There's the trades, right? This is available for the US market. Now, it's an anomaly that both of these did 100% on the same day, but look at what it did last week, 91%. Okay, so let me digest this for you just a little bit. That's why Omni, as good as it is, Stephen, cover your ears because I'm going to bring you up next. And I don't want you to hear what I'm going to say. As good as Omni is, it does not replace learning how to trade. Say that again. As good as Omni is, it doesn't replace learning how to trade. Here's why. Because when you look at 541 pips won, you look at 283 lost, and you look at a 91%, well, you have to ask yourself, what type of strategy is this? Well, this is a scalping strategy. I know just by the numbers. Before I even tried the strategy, just by the numbers, I know this is a scalper strategy. By the other numbers on the other strategy, I know that's an intraday strategy. Just by looking at the numbers. See, if you don't know that, it's because you don't know how to trade. So when you look at Omni, being able to be selective in what type of strategy you want for yourself depends on how much you know. So that's why I always say the same thing. What you don't know can hurt you. And now in trading, this is extremely important information because I want to know what my risk level is. This strategy for me, 100% I'll take the strategy. 91%, absolutely. I'll take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Unfortunately, it only runs Monday through Friday. But my point is, the percentage is high enough that I know that this is going to be good. And this has been performing for months at this level. The week before was 87. Right now, when I hit recent, it's only going to give me the week we're on in the last week. So I can't even scroll and show you that one. But last week, if my memory serves me, was about 87% with this. And it actually won a lot more in terms of net pips last week. So it started at 100% Monday. And last week it did 91%. And the week before it did 87%. That's the experience that we're building towards. So yes, has there been glitches? Yes. Has there been some onboarding stuff? Yes. Have there been some things that we're finding out and learning from the brokers? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Absolutely. With that being said, let me turn it over to Steve. And for those of you that have any specific questions on what's happening, the whole purpose of this is to get everybody up and running as quickly and as fast. And I can tell you that Stephen and his team are being extremely proactive to getting us to where we need to be. So, Stephen, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Hey guys, I'm gonna share my screen here in a second, but I want to turn my camera on. Let me go ahead and here. How do I do this, Danny? Danny, are you able to disable screen sharing on your end? Let's see here.
Yeah, I might need some help here, but let me try. Hang on a sec.
You're good. You're good. Let me actually just do this here. Allow share. Hard post only. Yep. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey, everybody. So, yeah, the main thing I want to update you guys on is what we've primarily been working on over the past several days, since early last week. Which, to sum it up, yeah, we've been up for the past 36 hours in a hackathon mode because we've been dealing with a tremendous amount of volume coming in, and it's forced us mid-flight to essentially swap out parts so that we can keep the flight not only going, but going faster and scaling faster. So, what does that mean in layman's terms? We've had to upgrade our trading engine to handle, again, a lot more trading volume that's happening, right? So, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like and what I mean. So, let me share my phone screen here and make sure Do Not Disturb is on. And guys, also one more thing too. Thank you for your patience with us with getting everything set up for the US. I know some things, there have been some hurdles there, some challenges. Like for example, one of the challenges that came in was, you know, some of you guys were connecting to strategies that weren't compatible with your US broker. And we had to push an update to fix that to make sure, oh, you only see strategies that work for your broker, right? So like things like that, for example, we discovered while bringing you on board, and those are updates we pushed out to fix things like that. So there's been a lot of little things like that. So not really, issues or bugs per se, but just realizations like, oh shoot, we got to make sure that you only see what you should see based on what makes sense for your broker account, right? So again, we're at that point now where those little things are behind us now. We're in a good spot. And the last thing we had to button up now was speed, right? Because we all of a sudden we had this flight and all these bodies just got on the plane at the same time. And the plane was a lot heavier and we had to upgrade the flight. So, but I'm gonna go open up to my MT5 account here. Let's see here. I'm gonna show you again. I know this is the sexiest thing to look at here, but again, what you're going to see here, I want to show you how fast this is now. Okay. So there's two accounts here. There's my, um, leader account and my follower account. And this is all using our brand new updated system or upgraded system that we have behind the scenes, right? Basically took what we have and just upgraded even further. But I'm going to show you how fast this is now. So watch, let's do this. Let's place a new trade and make sure I'm in the right account. Yes, I am. So I'm going to just do a Euro USD trade. Let's do Euro USD. Let's just do make up. Actually, let's do this. Actually, let's do this. Yep. 5 do. Boom. Trade placed. Now let's go to my other account that is mirroring it, and there it is. Okay, it's there. So it's going to scale. It's going to basically have execution and everything happen that fast at scale, whether it's hundreds, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of people. So now let's go back to the other account. I'm going to close it, and then we're going to do is we're going to compare the time, open times and close times for both the leader and follower. So let me close this real quickly. Boom, closed. Let's go back to the other one, and there it is. It's gone. Okay. Now let's look at the history. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and let's see which one was it. I believe it's this one here at the bottom. Okay. So let's look at the time there. Okay. You can see, all right, 5:23:27. Okay. Let's go to the other one. That's, right here. You can see the time, 5:23:27. Let's go to the other one now. Sorry, guys, if this is boring, but I'm just showing you what we're working on. 5:23:27. You can see it's spot on, opening on both, literally within milliseconds of each other. Now let's go back actually, yeah, let's look here. Let's look at the close time, 5:23:58. Let's go back here now. Let's look at this one, 5:23:58. Everything happening with ultra low latency. So again, we had to take a step back to take 2 steps forward so that now what we're doing, again, because we want to grow the thing as quickly as possible. We don't want to get just, together hundreds of people a day. We want to do thousands, right? So again, we took 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. And now everything we're doing is happening at ultra low latency. And we can guarantee that at scale now. So just want to show you guys that. I know that's not it's a little bit of a boring thing, but that's what we've been working on this past week because again, we've just the system itself was getting stressed, right? And we just had to again refactor and upgrade what we're doing so that we can all together fly as quickly as possible. And now it's in place. So sometime tonight or tomorrow, the last finishing touches will be in place because the system itself is done. We're just doing some final integrations into the front end now. And once that's in place, guys, we're good to go. So between tonight and no later than tomorrow morning, we're good to go. Okay. So, but yeah, guys, just want to show you that. I know that's not the, like the prettiest thing, right? But that's what we've been working on. And that's what's been going on behind the scenes, guys. So, so now with that being said, any questions? Like any questions? I'm more than happy to ask anything, guys. So, oh, John, I don't know if John, I see what you said there, John. I don't know if Juan's in here. Juan, John Dunham, he's saying every time he goes to pick a strategy, he needs to activate a subscription. So Juan, if you're here, you may need to activate him. John Dunham.
I'll take a note of that, Steve. This is Chris.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, Chris.
Real quick, Steve, thank you so much. Donnie Pips here. Thank
Yep.
you, Mr. Pacheco, as always, amazing. E3 is actually available right now. There's a US version and an international version that is actually live. It's in a trade right now. If you guys have the E3, but a lot of people are coming back and saying they're getting an error message when the trade is executed that it wasn't
Mhm.
taken on their side because their setup wasn't correct. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so let me see. It's one of a couple things. There's a few potential error messages that are coming up probably. First thing I'll say is this, guys, is in the next 24 hours here, this new system's going to completely transform everything, right? The errors that you may be having right now, more than likely, are going to be a thing of the past. So, like in its entirety. So now, with that being said, the errors that you may be facing right now on this old system may be due to, for example, rounding, right? So maybe with the way the formula is, basically, let's say, for example, Donnie, do you know if the rules for E3 are proportional for risk per trade?
Yes.
Okay, so for some people, here's an example. So that may be happening based on your account size. It may be returning a lot size that's less than 0.01. And Donnie, I don't know what the rules are for your strategy. If it's not, it might not be rounding up the nearest micro lot. If it isn't, then what's happening, guys, is it's attempting to post a trade that's smaller than the lowest or smallest lot size that you can do, right? So therefore, it might be rejected. So that could be a reason. I need to look into what reasons you guys may have, but that's an example of a reason. Another reason it may not be posting is just to get, again, in this old system, there may be potential latency that's happening. Again, which is why we did this upgrade behind the scenes, this new system which we're deploying. But that could be another reason potentially why the trade's not placing. Is just again just there's too much happening behind the scenes on the old system. To again, there's other reasons I could look into, but those are an example off the top of my head, a potential couple reasons why the trade may not be placing. But again, this new system, it is like we are super excited, guys, for it. Just behind the scenes, this past several days, we have been stress testing it. We have been doing everything we can to try to break it, and it is head and shoulders again improvement over what we've done, and it's something that we can confidently state or stand behind and say, hey, this can scale now to hundreds of thousands of people without an issue. So now I see a question here, Kathy. No, you're not going to need to uninstall. The worst case you'll have to do is there'll just be an app update. But a majority of what we've done, the work we've done is all behind the scenes in the back end. But yeah, I'll tell you guys within the next 12 hours or less if there's going to be an app update needed. But no, you won't have to delete anything. You won't have to. So Eric, I see the same question. Yeah, no deletion. Worst case scenario, it'll just be an app update. But again, a majority of the work we've done is server side behind the scenes. So, and then
Donnie,
yeah,
were
Laura,
you
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Donnie, were you talking about the GBP JPY pair? That's the active trade right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
I'm in it. Yeah.
it's working beautifully. I just manually closed it out just because I was testing the system.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Donnie, as soon as your system goes up, I'll tell you so that you on your own accord or alongside us can stress test it too, so you can see as well. Because I want you to see, I want you to see in real time this thing like working. And like I said, it's literally across the board. It's milliseconds. It's literally milliseconds. So yeah, we're super stoked about it, guys. We really are. Um, let's see here. What other questions do you guys have? What other questions? Chris, how does autopilot work? Um, Chris, what do you mean? Can you elaborate, Chris? Because I can answer that question a few different ways. Hands are raised. Okay. Oh, I see that. Yeah, I see. All right, there we go. Now hands are raised. Now I see all the hands. So, so let me address Chris real quickly. Yes. So, Chris, the way it works is this: is yes, it follows a strategy. So you go in, you have strategies that you can pick and choose from. You simply tap a button that says add, you accept, and then boom, it attaches it to your brokerage account. And it'll follow and mirror all the trades unless you stop trading activity at all times. You have a switch where you can stop trading. You're always in control. And you can always, in addition to stopping trading, you can even detach that strategy from your account and attach a new one if you want to. So again, the answer is yes, it'll mirror as long as you allow it to. Now let's go to the raised hands here. Let's start from the top down here. So the first one I have here is Michael Sullivan.
Sir,
So
first of all,
let's
let me just
yeah.
start with saying thank you first and foremost. Completely understand what you've done is phenomenal and very grateful and excited. So thank you before I say anything. Quick question on the broker side. I understand in the US that the broker needs to be audited, just like you said, so that you have the compliance with the broker and the app. My
Mm,
question is, I was seeing in some of the trades that I was seeing in the examples, and I understand some of them were international, but you would see a
yep.
Forex pair and you would see gold. With Tasty
Mm.
not supporting anything except for Forex pairs, is that something that we would have as something available down the road, or is that something that will be available?
Let me talk to Bob, who's on our team. He's our head of compliance on our
Okay.
team. So it's not that I don't want to answer your question. It's just that Bob, like I said, he's our head of compliance, so he'd be
Yep.
a better position to answer that. So what I can do is this, guys. I'm more than happy on another call. I'll bring Bob on. So when it comes to compliance, when it comes to what we cannot trade, whether it's now or down the road, he's our guy. He's the one that can tell you guys very directly, again, the answers to your questions. So let's do
Steven,
that, Donnie,
can I
or
kind of
sorry,
jump in there real
Danny.
quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Donnie. Go ahead.
If you put your money in a bank or a 401k, are you worried about what's being traded? I know you guys like gold and things like that, and we study gold, especially as as a forex educator. But if an auto trader is trading for you, and then you go to, let's say that person said, "Well, I want you to trade gold," that's kind of like defeating the purpose of kind of the auto trader. Let it trade for you, regardless of what it trades, as long as the strategy is winning. It's an up and up thing. Now, if you want to trade gold personally, by all means, but sometimes you might find a strategy where it's that best pair for the day or for the month, and I'm just speaking from a trader and from a coder standpoint, from the guy from the sixth floor in the dark room, is that, if you go into, a Fidelity account and you look at your account, you might have a little bit of Apple in here, you might have a little bit of GE in there, you might have a little bit of Tesla in there, in that portfolio, you're up over 7%, but something in there might be down. And then probably at the bottom this month, you might see gold, and then next month you might not see gold at all. So it's kind of based on the strategy and what that trader sees at the moment. So I'm just kind of, talking about all the strategies, from my experience. So I just want to answer that question from an actual trading standpoint. And when I'm surveying the market and I'm doing a market scan today, spies might be doing great. So I'm going to trade spies. Tomorrow, it might be, Nvidia that we're trading. It might be gold, and it might be, GBP JPY. So it's just kind of based on the day and the trader. All right. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, but to that, Donnie, can we do indices and can we do stocks with using Tasty as the broker? Because my understanding, and I'm probably wrong because I am newer to this, is that Tasty only supported the Forex pairs.
Yeah, but it's not you trading, it's the strategy that's trading,
Got
so
it.
it's kind of whatever the strategy's trading. But if you want to trade, then by all means I can show you how to do that,
Yeah.
yourself.
No, all good. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem.
And one more thing I want to bring up actually. So Michael, so something behind the scenes that we're fully licensed to do as well. We just don't want to spread ourselves too thin. We're fully licensed also as a company to do fully automated futures trading as well, FYI. So futures will be coming soon. Again, the only reason why it's not here is nothing to do with the legal side of things. Again, we have all the licenses, we have all the partnerships, we have everything in place to do that. It's just before we do that, we just need to expand our engineering team. That's all it is. So yeah.
Great.
So just
No,
wanted to let you know.
thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because so soon, guys, you'll be able to not only do automated forex, right, trading, and international. Obviously, you have indices and commodities, but then also automated futures trading as well. So you have different asset classes / categories that you guys can ultimately have, automated trading for. So and again, all fully legal, all fully compliant. So okay, now next person, John. Hey, John, I see you're
Hey,
next person
Steve.
on
Hey,
the
thank
list
you and
here.
Daniel and everybody for putting this on tonight because it's helping us all, right?
Yeah,
I had a
definitely.
question I asked in the chat, Steve, that was so I live in Colombia, South America, but on the
Mhm.
trading app on Omni, I linked it to Tasty FX, and I was asking in the chat, should I open another one under GNT so that I could use my Colombian KYC and get an account that's going to open me up to more options and right now I'm on the elite, not on the apex. Would it be worth it to worry about that right now, or should I upgrade to apex first to have more strategies, or what would you recommend?
The latter, I'll let Danny and everyone else answer that question. As far as the former, right, the first
It
question,
would.
yeah, look, the way we do things on our end, and I'm just very black and white about it. When it comes to compliance for Omni, bottom line is what you experience, what you have access to in terms of broker strategy, et cetera, is completely dependent upon the results of KYC, right? And that's an automated process for us now. So if you go through KYC and it returns a citizenship for a country, right, that's non-US, then that is what it is. And it's not, and I'm saying it like that because that's just reality. It's not trying to get around anything, right? Because there are people who have dual citizenships, and that's totally fine, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Our system, they said, we work with SumSub, and SumSub essentially it's a third-party KYC platform where they're the ones who verify the legitimacy of the documents that you're scanning, and also they scan your face to make sure that what you are scanning, it's you, right? And it cross-references that data with a government database, right? So again, that if you have a legitimate, dual citizenship somewhere else, then that's totally fine. That's compliant. There's no issue with that. That's just is what it is. But again, it's not up to us. It's up to the third party KYC provider and them returning to us that it is valid. And if it returns to us that it's not valid, then it's not valid.
So both of my accounts, whether no matter who it would be, whether it be GNT or Tasty, it's still going through Omni, and the KYC has to do with Omni as opposed to either broker, or how's that work?
John, go ahead and ask that question again. I may have
So like,
misunderstood that.
okay, so basically I'm trying to figure out if I should add GNT as my broker on Omni to have more and use my Colombian ID
So,
to have more
so,
options.
so
That's
let
all.
me jump in on that
Yeah,
one.
jump in,
Yeah.
Danny.
The answer is yes and yes. So if you have Colombian dual citizenship, yes, it would be advantageous for you to have that, to have an option like GNT. And the reason why is because of the type of leverage that you can take advantage of outside of the US versus inside the US. So just on that reason alone, yes, it would be beneficial for you to do so. To go to the Apex package also would allow you to have more options. So yes, for the international, if you have that availability to open up or go through the KYC with your Colombian national dual citizenship,
Wherever their legal residence.
yes, it would be advantageous for you to do so
Where their legal residence is.
wherever your legal residence is. And so if you're able to do that, then fantastic. it would be helpful for you. Now, as far as getting the Apex package, yes, it would open you up for more strategies on the international side right now. And not only that, but the scanner, which is a phenomenal tool that Mr. Donnie Pips has brought to our company, is set up for Forex, for options, for futures, for crypto. So, do I want that access? Absolutely. So, I would definitely upgrade into the Apex package for both of those reasons.
Okay, I wanted to let somebody else take over, but I put something in the chat. So let Chris go.
Okay, perfect. So, Chris, you're next.
I've got a question as far as if I'm in a strategy and it kicks in a trade, do you have to keep on that same strategy or can you switch strategies or will it lose the connection to that particular trade that it opened?
Okay, so right now with how it's built currently, if you're in the middle of a trade, it'll still finish the trade. It'll still finish it out. It'll still follow the master account until that trade closes. Okay.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I don't advise doing that at all because look, there can always be a possible snafu or something that happens. The way it's currently built is though, it will continue to mirror. It will not take any new trades though from that strategy, if that makes sense.
Right.
So,
I got
but yeah, like I said, I don't advise that though. I don't advise that. So yeah.
Okay.
So all right, Thomas, or actually, yeah, Thomas.
Quick KYC question. Puerto
Yeah.
Rico or U.S. Territories, if you're to get your residency there, does that change or are you still U.S. citizen? If you don't know the answer and it's a KYC question, I got it.
Yeah, you know what? I could find out for you tonight though, but and then I can give you a response. So I'll reach again. I don't know who are you working with, Thomas? Who on the leadership team are you working with?
Don Lapoom,
Oh, okay, for sure.
and
So
then
okay,
above, um,
yeah,
Sam Beam. You can send it to Sam Beam. Sam can send him to me through his Telegraph.
okay, great. So let me write that down right now for you because I'll get that answered. So let me just write that down. Hold on. Check if Puerto Rico.
And you did qualify the question in terms of KYC and how that worked. I got
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And one thing I want to make clear to everybody too. I can't change or I can't put your country, assign you to a different country. That's literally out of my hands. Like I have, like I said, an
That was
actual
clear. Yeah.
yeah, I have an actual compliance department. So if you said, hey, Steven, yes, I'm US, but give me access to this, I literally can't touch it. We have everything kind of decentralized here. So certain departments are control of certain things. And I do it for a lot of reasons. One of them is liability, right? So like I said, that we have Bob, who's responsible for that. And like I said, I can't touch that. I literally can't touch it. So
I can answer that question. Puerto Rico falls under the CTFC jurisdiction, so that is considered U.S. territory.
thank you, Donnie.
But does that mean even if I reside there, I'm still U.S. citizen?
Yep, you
Qualifying.
fall under U.S. laws.
Okay. Thank you, Donnie.
Okay. Dawn, you're up next.
I was trying to unmute. All right. Well, thank you, Stephen. Steve, for everything that you're doing. Danny, everybody, Donnie Pips. I'm actually in an Einstein trade right now that's profitable. I love it, and I'm really excited to get into Omni as well. My question for you is: what brokers are available today in the United States for U.S. citizens in Omni, and what do you expect over the next few weeks for brokers?
Yeah, definitely. So, to answer your question bluntly, right now, TCFX is available. What's going to be happening again? I know I said this before, guys. They're slow, and I just literally signed paperwork with them this past week. So, the next would be coming up now is Forex.com, right? Like I said, I literally signed the actual contracts with them. I'm just waiting for something from them right now, so I can again tell everybody, "Yep, go ahead." But I legitimately everything's signed. Like, boom, ink is dry with them. So Forex.com here very soon. What we're expecting immediately after would be Alonda and Trading.com would be the next ones. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. And honestly, it's going to be much quicker getting those brokers onboarded. The reason why Forex.com is a little slow is because they are the biggest retail foreign exchange dealer in the US. They're the biggest one. So when it comes to legal compliance and everything, for us, we're very proud of that because it's not like we could just, hey, work with us. I had to go through background checks. We had to go through a whole audit, compliance audit, everything. We had to go through a tech audit. They actually had to review our tech and actually use it independent of us. So yeah, and they thank God they used it before all the scaling happened, before all the people started coming in. But besides, with that being said, though, yeah, it's a big deal for us because what that means now, when with every other RFED, again, RFED stands for Retail Foreign Exchange Dealer that we talk to, it makes it super easy because we can say, hey, we're an official partner with Forex.com as an example, right? So it makes it super easy. So again, those should be very easy to onboard once they're there. So, the goal is, before the year's over, we'll have 4 options for people in the US.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve.
Yep. Okay, Eddie.
Hey, what's going on, Steve? Mr. Pacheco.
Hey, Eddie.
Question. So you're going to be getting a lot of questions regarding the KYC and stuff like that. And I'm in a similar situation because I have citizenship in Venezuela. However, I haven't lived there forever, and my passport is expired. So, but I really am trying to get out of the U.S. regulations and stuff, so I have more freedom and blah blah blah. So I wasn't sure if I can still use Omni as a Venezuelan citizen ish.
Um, Here's my response to that. Just go to the KYC, try it with your, with your other passport or government ID, and see if you pass. That's the best I can tell you is try it and see if you pass.
Gotcha. So, and I guess, and I was going to try that anyway, but I was wondering, okay, is KYC smart enough to where it knows what my IP address is and where I've been living for the last 35 years?
IP address, yeah, IP address won't matter. It won't matter for this. So it's purely based on government documents, is what it is. So think of it like this, right?
Okay.
Essentially what's happening is when you scan your documents, it's then scanned your face, right? So what's happening there first is making sure the actual documents themselves match with who you are right then and there. But then from there, what happens next is it cross-references those documents with an actual government database of documents, right? So again, this has nothing to do with actual physical location, nothing to do with IP address, none of that. It's purely based on government documents.
Copy. Thanks.
Yep. So yeah, let's see here.
I
Anybody
think
else, guys?
this is a good question for you to address, Stephen. I think it's from Rosemary Saldana. I only have the E3 strategy. I'm getting this message when I try to add DSA. US, it says the safeguard settings for DSA is not compatible with the E3 strategy, and it's asking me to add another broker to proceed. Is this an updating issue? So please take that one because I want people to understand the answer.
Yeah, definitely. So let me kind of take a step back and then I'll answer directly, right? Because I need to give context first. So not all strategies can play with each other, right? In other words, you may have one strategy that's very aggressive, another one that's more conservative, and because the more aggressive one, how it is, its nature, it's just not compatible, and it can't be on the same broker account as multiple strategies, right? Because it may have some issues where it has higher drawdown, right? Because it has higher drawdown, it doesn't allow the other strategy to place trades, right? So what will happen is the traders on the admin side of things, they have settings that we've given them where they can say, hey, because of the nature of the strategy, I want this one to be the only one on a broker account, right? And if somebody tries to connect another strategy to the broker account that this one already exists on, it won't let them, right? So in that instance, if you want to have another strategy and you already have one that's been designated as, hey, it can only operate as the only strategy on a broker account, all you have to do is simply open up another, MT4, MT5 account with your broker. And fortunately, it's pretty simple to do that. Most of the brokers, it's just literally a couple steps. If you want to open up an additional account, there's typically just a big old button that says open new live account or open new demo account. And you just click on that. It'll go through a couple steps where you set, maybe some settings, and then boom, the account's created, and you then take the credentials you're, given right on the spot and plug them into Omni, and you have an additional account. So one of the things we may want to do is create a PDF for you guys that shows you how to do that quickly. Because I know for some of you guys that may be intimidating. It pops up and says, "Hey, you need another broker account," right? When in reality, it's not you don't really need a full on new broker account. You just need a new trading account within your broker account, if that makes sense, right? So, and those are very simple to create. So maybe that's something on our end. We change the language. Right now that I'm saying this out loud to you guys, I may want to change the language and not say new broker account, because I may be, like I said, scaring some people here, or confusing you, thinking you have to open up a brand new account just to get another strategy. When in reality, it's a minute to 2 minutes. You get another trading account within your brokerage account, and you just connect it, and you're good to go. So now, as far as the question though, all right, so there's other settings that are in place, right? So for example, some strategies, how they manage risk is different than others, right? So we have this feature in Omni called Safeguard, which is our built-in equity protection, right? Where you get to say, hey, I want no more than X percentage of my account as a whole at risk, right? So some strategies, how they work with that feature is different from one another, right? And we give them two options right now. One option is, hey, it's equity based, where once your equity gets to a certain level, it'll stop trading and close out all trades. The other option is, we call it the standard option, where it's more proactive, where it'll actually analyze the risk of the trades before they place in your account to determine if it should go in your account and if you have enough risk margin to have that be placed in your account. So when one strategy uses the equity version and one uses the standard version, those aren't compatible with each other. They have to be on their own separate broker accounts. Okay, so I know I said a lot there, but to sum it up now in one sentence, some strategies just don't play well with each other. It has to be on their own accounts. That's it. That's all it is. And again, we'll look into creating, like I said, instructions for you guys that make it easy to or explains for you guys how to open up an additional trading account within your brokerage account. Let's see here. Okay. Next questions. Any questions, guys? Next set of questions.
We have probably time for two more questions, guys.
Yeah.
We set aside an hour for this. And so if we don't get to your questions today, we're going to be doing this often, but a lot of things are going to be taken care of over the next couple of days, 3 days, 4 days. And a lot of this stuff is just going to go away. And the bottom line is, go through your KYC. If you pass a KYC, that's where you're going to be trading from. Whoops.
Yep. And
Sorry about
if I
that.
could say one thing, Daniela, yeah, I would say it's similar to that. It's not one to one with that concept, Daniela, but I would say it's within, it's similar in nature to what you're saying, right? Where you have a bank account and you have different, accounts, right? You have your checking, you have your savings, etc. So you can kind of, use that a little bit as kind of a way to kind of help bridge the gap between how this concept works. Now let's see here. Shauna, let me look at your account, Shauna. I see. Yeah. Why would it say the trade was not taken because there was no stop loss set? So, yeah, Shauna, let me take a look at your account. But the way our system works right now is, when a trader, okay, thumbs up. I gotta learn how to get rid of the thumbs up. But when a trader, when a trader posts a trade, our motto as a company, and sometimes it's kind of bitten us in the butt because we're kind of too protective, but our motto literally is protection over profits. That is our motto, right? I don't care about, if you can make, you can flip your account in a month, a week, or a day. If the very next moment it can all be gone, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's fake. It's not real, right? What's real is you take trades and then you put that request to withdraw your money and the money hits your account. That's real. That's all that matters, is that your money is growing and that you can actually withdraw it and use that money. That's all that matters. So what we've done is with this, with our software, when a trader posts a trade and there's no stop loss, we have what we call a go stop loss. And this go stop loss, like I said, it comes into play when the trader, let's say, for example, a lot of these traders, these systems, they'll just do a market execution. They'll do a buy order or sell order, right? And there's no, like I said, there's no stop loss. And then what will happen oftentimes is a few moments, right? It could be, a couple seconds or a couple minutes later, they'll then place a stop loss, right? In that gap of time, we have this go stop loss in place, right? And the reason why we have it in place is because we're trying to think of worst case scenario. What if, during that time, there's no stop loss and something happens, right? So we have that go stop loss in place to protect you, right? So if the strategy doesn't have, the trader hasn't set what that go stop loss is, then we won't place the trade in your account, right? Like I said, I know, guys, it's overly cautious, but like I said, I'd rather be overly cautious than you go in, you make what you think is a lot of money, and then also the next day is gone, right? Because that's not real. It's not real. Okay. So now, but I think, Shauna, with what you had, I think that issue, there was a separate issue tied to it, which is fixed now, but I'm going to log into your account, Shauna. Also, if you see something happen to your account tonight, Shauna, nothing bad, you see some things change, it's because I'm in your account. So just giving you a heads up. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. It gave me an opportunity to explain to everybody kind of in more detail how the system works. But yeah, guys, bottom line, we have this new system coming out within 24 hours. I showed you guys quickly how fast it is. It's literally everything within milliseconds, everything. And we can guarantee that latency for hundreds of thousands of people. If you guys only understood what we did behind the scenes, that we can now scale the system to that volume of people with hundreds of trades, happening potentially per day per person if we wanted to. And it's all ultra low latency. So yeah, I think after this, I need to take a break. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me, Danny, to bloviate and share with everybody the details and kind of the updates.
Mr.
Awesome.
Pacheco,
Thank you so much.
can we take one more question? Laura has had her hand up for the longest.
Yes, Laura, go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Mr. Mata and Mr. Pacheco. This has been an awesome call. I've learned so much and got a lot of clarity. So my question is that it was mentioned that certain strategies need a minimum amount funded to the account. Will that information be evident so that we can know how much to fund the account? I've had my account funded, but Omni hasn't taken any trades at all. And I'm thinking that based on what was said, that it might be not funded with enough. So how do we know when we pick a strategy, how much is the minimum amount to fund?
Yeah, so let me address that. So, or Dan, do you want to go first?
Just the first part. Yes, that when you click on the strategy, you will know everything about that strategy before you pick it. So you will know the minimums. You will know how that strategy works. You will know a lot of information in terms of the recent results, the long-term results, the FX My X book. All of that stuff is coming. So the short answer is yes, you will have that information. Now,
and then one thing go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
how do we know right now? That's a Steve question.
Okay, so no, so look, guys. Here's what I want to say. We're always trying to improve, and I'm going to redesign how that pick strategy screen, right? Because again, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You tap the button, and it brings up that little picker where you can scroll through and see all the available strategies. So what I've recognized based on feedback is, oh crap, we should make certain things more obvious right there versus having to click into it to get the more, greater details, such as minimum balance required, right? So we're going to go through a process over the next week or two here of updating the design of that screen, the UX of it, so that those critical details, right? Not everything, just like the critical things, like, okay, minimum balance required as an example, right? That's, I think you'd all agree, you'd all want to know that like out the gate, like, hey, if I'm going to use this one, what do I need? $200, $500, 1,000, or, $100? Well, like, what is it? Do I need to fund my account with? So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to update that screen. So it's better UI UX. So at a glance, you get what you want, and then you can click into it at that point to get the more details. So, so Laura, thank you for bringing that up. Because I think, Laura, in a good way, you were the straw that broke the camel's back, because that's kind of been there in the back of my mind. But like I said, I believe, I believe Chris, I believe it was you that brought that up, Chris, in the other chat. I think it was Laura specifically. But yeah, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna, this over the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna just pick a time, sit down, you know, create the new design and implement it and go. Right?
Thank you
Because
so
yeah,
much.
Laura. Yeah, no,
Thank
no,
you so
thank you for
much.
bringing it up. No, absolutely. So yeah, guys, thank you. Like I said, this stuff helps, right? And
We
I
are
also,
patient in the process, sir. We are patient in the
yeah,
process, and we appreciate everything that you're doing because we know
thank
it's an awesome app and we're happy for it.
Thank you. And then, guys, something I want to tell everybody here. You know, I'm gonna probably live to regret this, right? But feel free to give me whatever feedback you guys have. Okay, like don't hold anything back, please. I'm telling you guys, any feedback you have, any issues, complaints, or hey, Steve, it's not obvious when we click on this button. It's not obvious that we should do this next, right? Like this is stuff I do want to hear. I want to hear this because if you have a problem and we can solve it now, then what that means is the next 10,000 people after aren't going to have that problem, right? So please, yes, give us feedback. Um, you know, we're this is all a community effort, right? And we only get better if you tell me, hey, this doesn't work, because I'll think to myself, oh, everything's great. You guys are easily going through the process. You have no problem signing up. All right, cool. I'll relax, right? No, tell me. Okay. So awesome. All right. Like I said,
Fantastic.
I'm probably gonna live to regret that, Danny, but yeah, it is what
No,
it is.
that's okay. That's okay. But let me leave you guys with this thought. I did 3 presentations today. And can you guys mute yourselves out, please? Uh,
Hey, Danny, I muted you, everybody. Danny, go ahead and unmute yourself now. I did the mute all.
Here we go. All right. So I want to leave you with this thought. Today I was able to present Omni in 3 different languages: English, Spanish, and Portuguese. The PowerPoints were in Spanish, English, and Portuguese. But you know what was so powerful? That when we did the show and tell that I just did for you today, I was able to switch the language on the app to Spanish, to Portuguese, and to English just at a click of a button. That is absolutely insane. And for the people that watched it, they're like, wow. I mean, it's so simple. It was like they were more excited about that than the actual results, guys. That they had the foresight to know and build this for the international market. Guys, you got to understand what we have in our hands right now. I was excited with VoIP. I was excited with merchant services. I was excited with crypto. I am I am beyond excited with what we have because I know what it represents to families. I know what it represents for individuals that are struggling right now. I understand what it means for the network marketing void that exists today of having a real company with real leadership, with real culture that cares about its reps, that cares about the people that are coming on board, and that care about building a legacy company on a foundation that has built on compliance, on technology, and on real results. Folks, that's what we have. So thank you so much, Stephen, for all your hard work. I've been tracking you for 2 years. I know you're sick of me and all my questions, but thank you for being so, you know, uh, just generous with your time here today and answering all these questions. God bless you. God bless all of you guys. I have to keep on a corporate meeting that we have right now in Irwindale. Just cooking up how to add more value to this amazing opportunity that is build. So God bless you guys. Good night. Good luck. God bless. Talk to you next time.
Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Yes.
Hasta la vista.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.